Okay. We are officially in the first Battlefield 1943 podcast. This is me and the other goat number 2, Justin, aka Jutting12's this podcast for Battlefield 1943, and we are announcing the formation of the first Battlefield 1943 league. And in the Discord right now, we have all of the captains. If I can pull this out. Not that.
Except for one.
There we go. Except for one, because
Also,
he will
Sarah's
be,
in here.
and Sarah's in here, aka M1 Slay, aka a million other clan tags.
AKA Kawil.
Kawil. No offense to Kawil. But the third captain is Ak, the first captain is Titus, the second captain is David. And there are officially 24 players, which are all listed right here in the tournament for this month of June. And we will go down the list. Actually, first, let's see who's picking first. So we're going to randomize it. Okay, so David's picking first, Ox picking second, Titus is picking third. So
Okay.
we're just going to go down the list. These players are each going to pick an individual player off of this list until no one remains, basically. So, David, you can go ahead and pick.
Okay.
Wait, hold up. Take Titus off the list.
Titus on here?
He's second, isn't he?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, there we go. Titus is officially off the list. So now you can pick.
Also, David 2's on the list.
That's a good look.
Yeah.
Now you replace him with Carlos.
Take Mojo.
Take Mojo? Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
All right, everybody. So the first pick of the draft goes to David, number 2, and he takes
Mojo.
He takes Mojo.
Interesting pick from one of the most inactive players on the list.
Yeah.
The most inactive.
Yeah, personal opinions on this pick. I'm not loving it. Obviously he's a solid player, but you know, he's probably gonna snipe. So, hope you got your backpack ready, David. All right, Ak
We're
is
waiting.
on the clock now.
Looks like he's thinking over his decision here.
Did you tell him Mojo? Obviously,
Yeah.
he's not gonna pick Mojo.
I told him Mojo was picked.
All right, let's see who Ak picks here.
Ironic. Okay, he picks Carlos.
Okay,
So
solid
now
pick.
that gives Titus the rest to pick.
No, that's Team Titus.
You're right.
Put him.
Titus, who's your pick?
So I'm gonna have to go with the young French Terminator, Julian M.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we have our first wild
Solid
card
picks here. And to clarify, Titus could not pick any elite tankers or pilots on the first pick since he falls into that category himself. Okay, now David, your pick.
I'll find someone who's a fly plane, so I'll pick Pippi.
Pippi, okay. Solid pick there for a pilot especially.
You know what you're gonna get out of him. Consistent. You know he's gonna only fly, so you're not gonna have to worry about seeing him anywhere else. It's a good pick.
Sir, okay. So Julian and Pippi picked.
I think I have a feeling where we're going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's looking like EPN2 over here.
Yeah.
For Team Ak.
Yeah. Taking a sweet time, I see.
Yep. Okay, Danny is officially picked for Ak.
Obviously a solid pick. He's a good player, you know. We kind of expected to see this. It's going to be a lot of suicide bombings out of Team Ak.
Oh yeah. So as you can see, every team has officially an elite pilot. They have Pippi, Danny, and Carlos technically, and Titus on Team Titus. So David's your pick.
Wait, no, it's Titus's pick.
That is my pick.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Titus, it's your pick.
So I hate to continue the trend, but I'm gonna have to stack the deck, because we know how important air is in the game. So we're gonna have to go with Boo Boo.
Yep,
Solid pick.
kind of predicted that there.
Solid pick.
Looks like the pilots are indeed being picked up. Okay. So
Take
now,
Pippi and Davey off.
yep. So now it's your pick, David.
All right, I will take a tank whose name is K-Bar.
Kabar. Okay.
Kabar.
Solid pick there.
Very solid pick.
Good HMG. He can fly too, so that's like not a bad third pilot role. Solid tanker. Okay, let me message Ak.
Who's gone now? Boot it and
Oh
K-Bar.
god. Well,
He
it
already
looks
picked?
like he already picked me, so
He picked you?
yep.
Oh my god, okay. So our first real good pick of the draft.
Oh no. So I'll go ahead and boot it. Okay.
Oh man, that team. See, this is exactly who they needed, is somebody like Webb, because the way that team's built up to this point needs somebody with some composure.
Yeah.
And
And
I
I'm
think
gonna
that's
be
what
helping
they've
my
done.
old enemies out here, but it is a tournament. Teams will be changing, but I'm excited because I've always wanted to play with these guys anyway. So we'll see.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
I like that. So hopefully you can keep them grounded and.
I'm gonna have to give them some composure lessons, but it'll be worth it. All right, so now it's Titus's pick. And I'll take myself.
So
Team Titus.
I'm gonna make a pick here that's gonna be maybe controversial. It's gonna be a defensive pick, but I'm gonna pick Miha.
Miha.
Oh
That's
my
not that
goodness.
That is actually. I don't think that's that controversial, honestly.
Listen, I love and I hate this pick. The reason I love this pick is because Miha is an incredible pilot. The reason I hate this pick is because somebody else is, at any given chance, is going to occupy that second plane.
Yeah.
Yep. Good
We're going to
point.
have to see. I remember in past private matches playing with you guys that's kind of been an issue at some points, and
Yeah.
we're going to have to see how it goes this time. But
Yeah.
that doesn't take anything away from either of them. They're both great. So good pick.
And I will add a little personal note. I was hoping to see someone duo with Pippi, kind of a more elite pilot, but at least an active one. But we'll see. At this point it's looking like M1 versus EPN for these two teams, and this one's kind of like a wild card team with both.
Yeah, just, EPN and M1 have the most members in this.
Yeah.
So.
But okay, we're gonna let David pick his next pick.
I will pick Silky.
Okay.
Okay, well,
That's an interesting pick there. I guess that does give
Listen.
Pippi a co-pilot.
S tier guy, right? S tier
Oh,
guy.
definitely.
Yeah,
A
I'm gonna
great
give you a
chap.
heads up, David. Hey, David. Give you a heads up. Just remove Kabar and Silky because available players.
Oh, you're right. I'm sorry about that. I've kind of been.
S tier guy, Silky is, man. Love the guy to death. But
I will say, yeah, on the ground maps, not the best for piloting, but
yeah,
he is good at dogfighting.
Yes. So there's that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Carrie's next.
You picked
For
Carrie?
him. Yep.
Fantastic pick. That's a game changer.
That's a solid support player there.
You know exactly what you're going to get from her. She's a pest. She's a rat. She likes those AA guns. So Team Titus going to have to be on their toes, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're back to Titus.
So for my pick, I'm gonna go with Slay.
Slay.
I cannot believe that she's fallen this far. I mean, that's just okay.
Okay. Yeah, solid tank pick there. Not much versatility, but
yeah, not
I
too much
agree with it.
versatility.
Okay, I want to say something.
So anyway, we're just gonna mute that real quick.
Well,
Okay, onwards.
That didn't work.
Okay, so now we're back to David, right? Yeah.
Right.
So what's
I
your
will-
pick? Yeah.
I would take Justin.
Okay, solid pick. Should have
What
been
do we
picked
say
way
about this
earlier.
one? What do we say about this guy? I mean, this is just a Swiss Army knife right here.
A true multi-tool as Carlos does
True
aspire to be.
multi-tool player. A lot of people on this list strive to be.
I oh yeah.
Just
I definitely
absolutely
think he should have been
fantastic
picked
pick.
higher up, but he is rusty and hasn't played in quite a while, so that's fair, I guess.
It's gonna be cool. Gonna be cool to team with Pippi.
That's what I like to
I'll say
see.
that. Yeah, I'll say that.
Hopefully that works out. I think that'll be good.
I'm not. Oh, yeah, we're looking good.
I feel
I
like
mean,
this
this
is
is my
pretty evenly matched at this point. This is like
this is my
solid.
first time, so I'm trying to get used to it. So
Oh yeah, okay. I'm gonna tell Ak it's his turn. Yeah, see, he kind of jumped ahead here. So before we go on, let me tell him who's the picks. I'm just gonna copy and paste this in for him.
maybe just copy and paste who's left now.
Yeah. Okay. So while we wait for Ak to grind his gears here,
Who did he pick though?
he picked Carry as last pick. We're right here with Team Ak. Honestly, I see this being pretty even. Especially Justin, if you shake that rust off and give Pippi like a really good co-pilot there, that could definitely be a dangerous roster right there.
I think it's gonna come down to what Team David gets out of me and what he gets out of Mojo.
Yeah, I
I mean,
agree with that.
you know what we're gonna get out of Silky, K-Bar, and Pippi.
Yeah, pretty consistent players other than just these two kind of wild card picks right here who
Yeah,
were goats in their primes. But
I'll come with it. Um, yeah, we'll see.
okay, I think Ak has messaged me back. Jbot, okay, interesting pick there for Team Ak. You never know what you're gonna get with Jbot, honestly. Sometimes he's just like insanely good. Sometimes I don't know what he's doing on the map, honestly.
Yeah, I don't love this pick by any stretch of the imagination. Personally, not somebody that I would select at any point in the draft. But he,
Oh
there
no.
are times where he can give you somewhat decent production out of the tank if his head's in the right place and if he's warmed up for 2.5 hours before. So, we'll have to see which version of J-Bot we get there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think at his peak, if Jbot at his peak is playing, which he just randomly comes out over the years.
If J-Bot shows up with that S tier HMG play, I think he'll be beneficial to the team. But outside of that,
Yeah, and Jbot for me recently at least is just I've seen some stuff from him that I don't see from other tankers. Like he's on one side of Wake Island shooting the tank at the other side of
Yeah.
Wake Island. Like it just
I mean, the guy is he's not all there.
yeah.
You know?
But it's impressive to someone to actually sit there and learn that shot, to be honest.
Oh
but,
yeah.
But still,
Yeah.
we'll see what comes out
Yeah,
of that.
it's all day to day with him, so you never know.
Yeah. Okay. So now we're back to Titus, I believe. Or is it Titus?
All right, so
Yeah.
okay. So with this one, I'm gonna have to go with one of the best. I would put him
I already know
top
who he
two, maybe
Silas?
number one Xboxers to come over to PS3, and that would be Panther.
Solid pick there, in my opinion.
Panther's a solid player. Gonna have to tell him to stay on the ground, most likely.
Oh yeah, especially on this roster with.
I'm liking this team on paper, but the makeup of it is what is concerning to me.
Yeah, because there's 3 pilots on an 8-player team.
You also have Julian, who once got out of a tank to try to come kill me off the side of a cliff. Then I proceeded to kill him and take his tank. So maybe some boot camp out of titles will whip him into shape for that match. We'll see.
And I'm interested in what the roles are going to be on the team because
that's
obviously
the thing for me. Yeah.
Because you can have any of these players like Titus, Buddha, or Miha. Probably I would put Titus on the ground.
Panther could fly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a race to who gets to that second plane off rip, and then who gets to that third plane. And
agreed there. Okay. So now we're back to David, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can
David, your pick.
delete J-Bot off that list.
Another ground player I'm going to pick is Capo.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'll talk about Capo since Justin, I don't think you've seen
Yeah,
him much.
I don't know much about him.
I think he's definitely one of the most out of recent times as a new player. Definitely one of the most the best up and coming players behind obviously Julian and Miha in recent times. I think he's good, kind of all around on the ground. He's honestly recently kind of come out as a support player for me. Kind of does things similar to kind of how I see them. He gets the planes out of the sky, just caps the flags, defends. I think it's a good pick, especially just with who's kind of left on the list. We'll see. I think it's a perfect pick for these players.
Yeah, I
So
mean we know what David's going to give you on the ground. So if Capo's with him, that'd be good, probably.
yep. So Capo and who did you pick? Panther. Okay. Okay. So we'll see what Ock's next pick is here. Honestly, these teams are pretty evenly matched at this point. I'm I'm liking this. I'm liking this general makeup right here. It's just funny to see how this is kind of splitting up because
Yeah, I don't really think you could go too wrong with these last 5 people, other than probably the one on the bottom.
yeah,
But
this one's kind of you
yeah,
kind of know what you're gonna get there. Everyone else, yeah, it's
yeah,
kind of
he's
just
another one. He's not all there, you know.
yeah. He never has been, At one point he was the great Bun Bun Pooty, but he's fallen from grace. Jedi. Okay. That's another recent player, so
Yeah, I don't know much about her.
I'll go ahead and talk about so Mia, aka Jedi, is another up and coming player. She's pretty good. She's very similar to Carrie, I feel like. Just kind of running around, capping flags, rifling, doing doing what needs to be done. I'd say she's basically near Capo's level, and they both came from the same team originally, which is I think Julian's little backup team, Ven, 82nd, which they had no actual affiliation to 82nd, but interesting team nonetheless. So I don't know, we'll see. She's just a new up and coming ground player. I think it'll be a great addition to this team.
Am I the only one here surprised to see Landon still on the board?
I am, and I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised to see Salah still on the board.
I'm
I
not
think
too
Salah's one of
surprised
the
there.
best support players, honestly. I mean, at least on the list, I'll
But I
put
just
him
think
and
you
Carey
know
similar.
exactly what you're
Yeah,
gonna get from Landon. You know what I mean?
that's true.
Same with Salad, I guess.
That's true. So now it's back to Titus.
So for me,
Because
Webb, you knew who I was going to pick. For me, it's going to be Salah. It's really a no-brainer. Like, honestly, one of, if not my favorite people to play with. Just such an unselfish player, knows exactly what to do. He can do pretty much anything, and he does what's needed, to get the win. So
kind of feel that same way about Landon personally.
Yeah.
That I don't think you could have gone wrong with either of those 2 picks. I don't really know too much about Pickle.
Yeah, and while these are the last 3 picks, and those were the last few picks, everyone on this list is the top 24 people playing right now, which I mean isn't much saying much because it is 11 years into the game, but still, I mean that's an achievement nonetheless. So now we go back to Ak.
Uh,
It's David.
Oh, it's David. Sorry, you're
yeah,
right.
it's my turn. Yeah. I
Okay.
want to pick one of the best rifle right now, which is really great at aiming, Alcova Zach.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, pure rifleman. Not much to say there. You know exactly what you're gonna get.
All right, Ock.
Okay.
Landon or Silas?
I'm kind of praying that Silas is the final pick here.
I kind of want him to go into Titus's team.
That would be funny.
See if he scoops up that second plane, finds his way into the cockpit, tries to fly.
That's a good
to
little
different
wild
route.
card there. Okay.
Oh, unfortunate.
Well, it looks like I have to
cannot
suffer.
believe that Landon is the last pick in this draft.
I can't either, honestly. I definitely would have picked Landon a little higher up.
I think highly of Landon personally when he's actually out there playing. But I mean,
I
all
agree.
good.
Yeah, he's a solid support player and basically can do
I
whatever.
think Titus should be thrilled with how that last round just went.
Oh yeah, he just dodged a
I
bullet there,
mean,
and I took the bullet for him.
he
So
just got.
I'm actually so thankful.
He
I'm
just
so
got two
thankful.
solos. He just got two of the best support players in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Handed
And
to
I
him.
didn't get the troll sabotage.
Yeah, I'd be thrilled if I were you, Titus. That probably couldn't have worked out any better towards the end.
So
But okay,
what
here
are
we
we gonna
go.
do about like the sub players? Are we gonna draft them as well?
So the substitute players, I think it's just going to be a pool of players, which we'll probably make up and announce the
Probably
week
just
before.
first come, first serve.
Yeah, and
Okay.
it'll like we have a general idea. The sub players right now probably are looking like Shark, um,
7th power.
T45, 7th power, Noah apparently, and I mean if none of these players are available on that day, then there will be one team sitting out, and you could probably pick someone of equal standing on that team. Because the way this tournament is going to work is it's going to be a 3-week tournament since there's 3 teams. On the first day, 2 randomly generated teams, which we're actually going to pick right now, are going to play. So I'm going to say whoever gets first for the next 2 picks are the teams that are going to play on the first week. Is this gonna go? Okay, so David's team and Ox team are gonna be the teams that are gonna play on the first week. So basically, the way this is gonna work.
I don't
Team.
know. Well, not in games like that because I don't get invited into games like this. So I don't
Oh yeah, this is Tristan. So basically he's one of the subs, and if someone sits out, which I will definitely be sitting out the second week, he's gonna take our place on the team. But okay, so week 1 is gonna be Team David versus Team Ak.
I need to brush it. I need to brush it.
Okay, so Team Silas versus Team David versus Team Ak. Week 2 will be the winner of week 1, or the loser of week 1, sorry. It's Team Titus. Week 3, winner of week 1 versus winner of week 2. So the winner of the third week, there's going to be 8 players on that roster. Whoever wins that week will each get $10 awarded to each player. We'll just ignore that little message there. They'll each get $10 added to each player. And they're the winners of the first month of this tournament. So the way this is going to work, it'll be 7 rounds. Justin, do you think we should do on Guadalcanal?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, for the first, we could do.
At least for the first one,
Yeah.
we can think of a way to incorporate the other maps the next one or something. I don't know.
Yeah, first week it'll be Guadalcanal, and the first month it'll be Guadalcanal. So basically 7 rounds. There will be no tiebreakers, so it is unfortunate, but I think these teams are pretty. We'll see. I think it's fair. It'll be fair with these teams. They're pretty evenly matched.
We
7
could
rounds.
do like a random generator for who gets to be on Japanese side 4 times.
Right. That is a good idea.
Yeah. Like a coin flip on theoretically.
So we could go ahead and do that now, so we don't have to do much guesswork later on. So I'll go ahead and just do a coin flip. David, heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay. Okay, so Ak goes Jap first on the first week. Titus, heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay.
People never learn, man.
And
That's
then we'll say week 1 is heads, week 2 is tails. Okay, that's insane.
Tails really never fails.
Computers are not very good at randomizing.
I don't think so, but
Do physical coins instead of computer.
let's see. That's gonna be hard to get on video there. Just see, is this thing bugged?
It's just computers suck at randomizing.
Okay, no, apparently. Wow. Apparently not. Okay,
It's fine. It's fine.
it's fine at this point. I think it'll be fine. Each team can overcome the odds anyways. And in the future, maybe we can try other maps as well. But this is how it's gonna go the first month. So I think these are evenly matched teams. I think it'll be interesting to see. I don't know.
I'd be. I mean, I'm always that guy to be straight up. I think that I would go. I think the order that they're in right now is probably the power rankings.
I could see that. Yeah.
But it's not far off. It's not something that is set in stone.
I definitely agree. I think it'll depend on the players on the day, I think, at this point, because it'll be so close. These are the best 24 players basically in the game right now. We'll see.
Yeah, I agree.
But I think Team David has a lot of potential if Justin, you and Mojo shake that rust. That's just two like goats basically to get out of the roster at that point. That'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll just good old Silky Johnson, man. Gonna have to.
We'll have to figure out the roles, who's flying and who's that, but we'll see. I'm excited to team with Carlos, Danny, and Ak. You know, I've played with the PM and Ak, but I have not played with Carlos or Danny or J-Bot. Not excited for Silas, but you know, it is what it is.
Somebody had to have him.
Someone had to have him, so I'll take the hit, I guess, the first week. The first month.
This man picked him too. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, he could have just walked them by, but no, apparently not.
He just handed Titus another Sala, dickhead.
Yeah, I must say I'm really happy with my team pick because
your team is
have a great supporting cast, but my skilled players. I mean, because I'm probably planning on going rifle with Julian. It's going to be ugly. I'm just putting that out there.
I was going to say, on paper, your team's the best. It's just the roles.
I think
for me.
There's one major flaw is Titus has technically never won a PM without one of the players on Team Ak. So, you know, it'll be an interesting see Titus on his own, see what he can do finally, free from someone's shadow. But we're going to figure it out. We'll see.
It's just the roles. That's the only thing that's concerning me is the roles.
Yeah, I think for Team Titus, the main problem will be roles. Team Ak, probably composure there, and kind of egos might clash. Well, there's only 2, really, maybe 3 pilots on that team.
I think it's roles. It's for Titus. I think it's the egos and the composure for Ak, and I think it's what you're going to get from these.
Team David, yeah.
And then honestly, I mean, this is my first time doing this because I never pick a team which one's the best player on PS3, and then I only played this game for two years.
That is true.
I mean,
so David, David, what was your thought process for picking Mojo, who hasn't played in like a whole year? What was your thought process picking him first?
What do you mean? Oh, sorry. I just realized.
I'm asking David why he picked Mojo first.
The first time I played against him, he gets a little rusty, but by the time we were like 1 versus 1, he gets like really intense on his rifle skills. You know.
I agree with that. I think both
good.
Tyler and Justin with the rifle, they can shake that pretty quickly, and I've seen them shake it pretty quickly. And at their peaks, they're probably I'd put them with Julian, Titus, and Ak as like the best riflemen, or up there, top 5 for me. So.
And then I played with Justin. It was, Justin. I was like playing against you. You were like intense with riflemen, and then one time you're like a little rusty, but by the time you're just going up in the hill, really getting the high skills.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll definitely play before this. I don't know if Mojo is. I mean, Mojo seems like the type of person that might not even show up, and if he does, that'll be his first time playing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not. I mean, it's not. It's not that big of a. It's not that hard.
Yeah. And Mojo has indeed called off of work, so for all these Saturdays, except for the first one, which we'll figure out. But
I mean, I'm not going to be out here gunning people in planes and stuff, but I think I'll be fine on the ground. I mean,
yeah. Even though you might
foot.
have to step it up in the sky, because Pippi might need
Yeah,
a solid co-pilot there.
yeah, we'll have to figure something out.
So the first match will be held on the first Saturday of June, which I'm not sure what day it is. Let me check. Pull up the calendar. So the first Saturday of June there is, pull up the calculator. First Saturday of June is June 4th at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and it looks like Pippi will probably be live streaming that, which is unfortunate because two of the three streamers are on Team David there, but probably make do anyways. Hopefully we'll get exposure for all the matches, but we'll see.
At least, I mean, photos at the end will work as long as it adds up to 7.
Yeah, I agree. As long as no one skips any pictures, we're gonna put the responsibility of taking photos to the captains. So Titus, David, and I'll message Ock to you guys all take photos of the matches, all 7 matches. And I'll also take photos just in case, and I'm sure Justin will too.
Yeah, okay, I can.
Yeah. Okay. So that concludes the picking and kind of the setup of the whole tournament. And again, the rules for this is number 1, the captains were randomly picked, even though some adjustments were made because some people couldn't be here tonight. The captains are purely just randomized. I put them into a 24-player randomizer and picked 3 names. That's how these captains came to be. Some changes were made when people couldn't show up to pick teams or just step down. So there's that. And after every block or every section of this league, new captains will be picked with new teams. Hopefully we can add more players. So we're gonna add players in 8 people blocks since there'll be 8 people teams. So if this all goes well and more people want to join, they'll go up to 32 players, maybe even to 40. We'll see. So that's how that works. But I'm excited for this because this will hopefully kind of change how we are actively playing the game and get more people active. But yeah, that about
Yeah,
concludes
it
it
could
for
be interesting.
the
It's gonna
tournament
be
part.
interesting.
Yeah.
See how some of these people play with each other.
Yeah, and especially these teams, even though at some of the teams, like the teammates are similar, like Team Ock and Team Titus, they did throw wild cards in there, like having kind of Julian with Team Titus, who's been more of an EPN player as of lately, and me with Team EPN basically, which I've always been kind of their arch nemesis. That'll be interesting, honestly. I like it, and J-Bot there too.
Yeah,
It'll be interesting.
we just got a bunch of everything, man. Look at our team. We're team vibe. We're team vibing.
Honestly, I think on the ground,
Bunch of S tier guys on my team. I'm pleased.
Team David could be the best rifleman team there if some rules are,
Oh,
because David's an
yeah, I
insane
can see that.
rifleman. Tyler, Justin, Zach, that'll be crazy. But okay, that's it for the tournament. So everyone can leave except for me and Justin. You guys are all free to go if you'd like, or you could just sit here and wait. I know Titus has a Mexican trip to enjoy.
Yes, sir. I'm
Oh
out.
yeah.
Peace.
Have
Hope the
fun,
cartel
brother.
doesn't abduct you.
Thanks, y'all. Hey, thanks for setting this up, both of y'all.
Yep.
Watch
We
the chicks,
appreciate
buddy.
it.
Okay.
Thank you, David. I
Yeah,
mean,
no problem, David.
my first time doing it, but I'm looking forward to it. All right.
Yeah.
Everybody's first time, bro. You're good.
Yep.
See ya.
Have a good one.
Mhm.
Okay. Sarah leave? Oh no, she can still hear me. She can stay, I guess. There we go. Okay. So now I think we should introduce the actual podcast. That was kind of the tournament part, and we wanted to live stream that just so everyone kind of knows how the pickings went.
No corruption here,
There's
boys.
no corruption.
This was all random, and
J-Bot may say differently, but we'll see.
it should be blatantly obvious that it's random when you look at the rosters.
Oh yeah.
Outside of the EPN people, pretty much, that top three went about is how I expected it to go. It was David picking Mojo that threw everything kind of.
I agree. I thought
I
Danny would be a first pick there for someone. Like Titus could not pick Danny first, but I thought David would pick
I,
at least
I,
Danny
I
or boot it.
yeah, I thought either Danny booted or Pippi for sure first round. I mean, I know Mojo's a goat when he's playing, but
He isn't playing.
first round, bro, we
He's
needed
not a
pilot.
first round go. Yeah,
We
that's what
needed
I'm
a
saying.
pilot.
The pilots are the kings of the game, so I'm kind of surprised that that Mojo was picked first and basically everyone else picked a pilot that could pick a pilot. That was
Gonna have to
interesting.
dust my wings off, man.
Yeah, I think you and Pippi could be a dangerous duo. That I wanted to see Pippi with like Danny or Boot It. That would have been really cool, but
Yeah, that would have been funny.
or even
But
Miha. That would have been nice.
see that role thing for Titus's team is concerning.
Yeah, maybe that'll be their undoing because I mean Titus did say he was gonna rifle, but then we'll see. We'll see how that
Yeah,
goes.
but if something starts going bad and there's a plane available and you gotta hop in it,
Yeah, Titus will probably
Right?
break down, especially if he meets me with the rifle. It's not gonna go well. I'll
Oh,
probably
it's
run to the
GG.
plains.
It's wraps, and then all of a sudden, boot, it's on the ground.
Yeah, Boot is
Like,
trying to avenge Titus, and it's just over.
yeah, I don't know how the roles are gonna work out on that yet. I think the most even thing in this tournament is the tankers.
That's true because we got me on the second team, Sarah on the first
Yeah,
team,
I
and
mean,
Kabar.
y'all's team's a little broken if J-Bot shows up.
Yeah, but it just depends when J-Bot shows up. If he
Yeah,
warms up,
exactly.
it's good to go.
If he doesn't,
Yeah,
K-Bar, you, and Sarah, ooh, that's balanced right there.
yeah.
So
But if I pull up the roster, let me see. I think the main thing on our team is it looks like we don't have like a pure rifleman. It looks like I guess Jedi kind of is, but like a pure like top. Each other team has a top 5 rifleman. I feel like this team just doesn't have like a pure top 5 rifleman.
yeah,
That might be an issue there
I think the biggest issue with y'all's team is gonna be
at the bottom
if you,
there.
well, not just at yeah, besides at the very bottom. Once 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 those top three guys get air control, they need to stay in the air.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
there's been times in the past where they give up air control because they chase some kills on the ground, and
Yeah.
uh,
Especially, I think Danny is probably the only one that's safe from that. Carlos has definitely learned a bit, but Danny's
yeah,
probably the only like clear pick there that's safe.
yeah, yeah, he'll probably be in a plane all the time.
Yeah, but I do like the support with Carrie and Jedi.
Well, Carrie's a great pick. Carrie could be on any team, and it
Yeah.
improves their team. So,
Which I'm
uh,
happy Team Titus didn't get Carrie as well because that would have been like all the support and the pilots
I
and a
just can't
tanker.
believe Ock just handed him Landon though, man.
Yeah,
I'm
I was surprised on that too, especially because Landon's like kind of active, and I would definitely have picked Landon kind of higher up there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess I just think really highly of Landon because I don't know, he's a good support player, and him and Sala,
Yeah, see,
uh,
those are the two people I thought would have got picked higher.
yeah,
Both of
I
those.
mean, they just fell into his lap. He didn't even have to pick Landon.
Oh yeah,
Like,
he got handed him. But overall, I'm actually really happy with these teams. I thought it would have been just purely kind of M1 versus EPN and friends, but it looks like it actually is kind of evened out there. With
yeah, it started off a little rocky with
oh yeah,
Ock, but I mean, you can't blame them. They were there,
yeah,
so
and he's got experience in chemistry with those players, so why not?
yeah. I mean, we told all the captains to make who they think would be the best team. So if he's comfortable with those guys, which I know he is,
Yeah,
then it makes the most sense. As much as we would have liked to have seen other people be picked there, but
yeah. So now maybe I guess now that we're done with kind of the pickings and showing how we are not corrupt, we have no reason to even be corrupt because it's a 43 tournament and we all love the game. We could probably like transition away from that and more to the podcast side of this. We are launching a 1943 podcast. I feel like is two of the most kind of involved players over the years. Maybe not in recent times, but at least like in the
Well,
early days.
thankfully you were here over the last 2 years because I'm a little lost in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I know the general basis of it, and a lot of the players are still the same people. So
Yeah.
unless some of them have just improved crazily, and then I should be good to know, like, to talk about
Yeah, and especially
a lot
since
of
we were
new
both around back then, and then I kind of skipped the phase where you were active and I wasn't, and then you got inactive kind of
Yeah,
after I came back, or like
I
a
don't
year or
think
two
I don't
later.
think there was really a period where we're completely gone.
Yeah,
You know, um, at least one of us was there.
was there the whole time, so we kind of have
Yeah.
a whole overview on the fields, which is interesting. But I'll just let you kind of introduce when you started playing, uh, and your early days, I guess, in case some people don't know, which they probably don't.
Okay. Well, my name was Jutting12. I started playing in, I believe, when did this game come out?
2009, June, I think.
So I probably the first time I ever played was probably like late 2010ish, maybe mid 2010ish. I played on my brother's tag. His name was Jacob, and we used to just like split time on that, obviously. And then I started playing on my own tag, started getting decent at the game. And there was this, I don't want to get into all the history. I'm just kind of introducing myself. But basically, I've led a decent amount of clans and teams and stuff, and I knew people all across the whole world. Obviously, the people in South America, the EPNs and them, and then I feel like I have really good insight on a part of the scene that a lot of people don't know, which is the Japanese side. Which, I mean, you can't tell the story of 1943 without including the Japanese players. So
Exactly,
um,
I agree with that.
just look forward to talking about it more. I guess just putting it out there because I mean we have nothing set in stone. I was thinking, maybe some podcasts we can pull up just uh, a random video on YouTube of a full match, and we can just
Back in the
react
day.
to it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just
Like,
react to it, kind of talk
yeah.
about it, give people insight on the players that were playing there, the significance of said match, stuff like that.
Yeah, and
Uh,
there's definitely quite a few options, especially in like the early days. I know a lot of
mhm.
people were just recording everything. So,
Yeah, I
especially
mean, I know a
Zu.
lot of people. Yeah, I was gonna say Zio Pedori. Go all the way back then, bro. You can find all kinds of
Yeah.
videos that you don't even remember.
Oh yeah,
Um,
and we could go back to old like forum posts and blogs from
yeah,
teams and stuff.
old forum posts. We can look at, uh, Facebook collections of pictures that people took from back in the day. I know I had a thread there like a year
Yeah.
and a half ago where I just posted every picture I had so I could delete them all off my phone. Um, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to talk about. So
Oh yeah, we
should be,
definitely, and we could go into like our own clans and kind of how it started, our
yeah.
rivalry, because we did
We'll have
have a
to.
live rivalry
we,
for like 10 years.
for all those people out there that know me and David, we will have an episode where we go back to hating each other.
Oh
Okay,
yeah, there's no doubt.
we
Me and
will have
Justin
that episode.
had beef, and I put that in quotations, for like a decade on this game, starting when
Yeah.
we were both like 12 years old. So
Oh yeah, we were the young guns, bro. We were the dudes that came in and just whipped these old folks into
whippersnappers,
shape. Whip some of these old folks into shape, and yeah. So
specifically Duke,
we'll definitely have a video where we reminisce on that
on
stuff.
the
I
old
don't know
times.
if you can. I'll try and find that video where we had that knife only fight that I whipped the
Oh,
plane up.
I
So
think I can find that as well.
yeah,
I know the person who posted it. Yeah.
we'll make sure to whip some of the controversial stuff out. We'll find some old forum posts and stuff, and then we'll take it. Y'all got to take it with a grain of salt though, because we're past all that. But
Yeah.
it'll be fun to go back and have a laugh at it now. So
Oh yeah. Over 10
uh,
years later, it'll be really fun.
maybe we'll
And
have an episode dedicated to me and Greek Samurai. Um,
that guy was definitely a character.
yeah,
Probably
he
one
was
of
a
the most
character.
advanced minds in 43.
Yeah, we'll do tier lists probably from time to time.
Oh yeah.
top ten characters in the 1943. Sounds like J-Bot's making an argument to include himself on that list with the likes of Topper and Number One Soldier Boy.
Just absolute master classes, truly.
Yeah, absolute master classes. You know, we could do top 10 shitheads because there's still some of them in the game right now. Mr. Hankies of the world, your
Top 10
Steel
evil
Cities.
back in the
Top
day.
10 evil players, yeah,
Oh yeah.
that'll be a controversial list there because I'm doing it based on talent, not based on accolades, like people want to say.
Like a certain
Yeah,
somebody. And
yeah,
I definitely think we might kind of delve into the past a little bit, like just older teams and what happened back in the day, and kind of a general overview of the game and how to
yeah.
like progress in the meta.
Also, I don't know where we're gonna post this, but hopefully it has subtitles for those of you that don't speak English, and
Yeah.
we encourage y'all to leave comments telling us what to talk about because like we don't
Yeah.
want to just start rambling on something that nobody's interested in and stuff. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just pointless.
And we want to bring
Um,
people onto the podcast definitely and have some interviews, maybe some
yeah, hundred
controversy that
percent.
happened at one point in time, just interview them about their thoughts on it.
Yeah, or we can bring some people onto the podcast strictly just to argue with them.
Oh yeah. If we could get someone like Duke on the podcast, that would be insane.
Oh,
But
I don't want no racial slurs getting tossed around.
oh, you're not wrong. But
Maybe we could get Abe on one day.
oh yeah, Abe and Duke
Uh,
at the same time.
I was gonna say there's nothing better than that if that was
We might pull
possible.
that old. We'll keep that video in the archives, I think. But I think you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, we might have to record a second podcast that day to make sure we can upload one that's not gonna get
Taken
immediately
down, yeah.
taken down.
Um, but I'll just go into a little introduction on myself.
Yeah,
I started playing maybe mid 2010. In fact, I can tell you kind of the exact day I started playing, which you will have to do your own research. It was when Battlefield Bad Company 2 came out. I actually got the game for free from Bad Company 2. So that's how I started playing. I technically never paid for the game. Um, and I joined a bunch of clans and I made 2 clans, 101st, M1. Was in quite a few. Um, I I honestly always wanted to play the game. This was my first technically multiplayer game because even though I got it free, I played it before Bad Company 2. And I didn't really play any multiplayer games before this. And I always saw trailers for 1943 and I wanted to play it. And I finally did and it just stuck. I've played it for like 12 years off and on, but definitely was one of my favorites. I
so yeah,
played from
we were born on this game, everybody. Just so y'all
yeah,
know, this was the start of gaming for us.
for us,
So
yeah. This came
yeah,
out in 2009. We're both like what, 24, 25, 26?
yeah, we're in middle school at the time. Like
Yeah.
this is a super throwback type
We were
thing.
like 10, or we were like 12,
I was like
11.
11 or 12.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when we started playing this. So this was our beginning. This is our nostalgia game that we
hmm
still have the opportunity to play. But overall, I played from maybe mid 2010 until like 20 late 2012, 2013. I stopped playing as much. Maybe played like once every few months. And then came back in 2017. So I'll kind of have insight on those times. Uh, but yeah, that's kind of a background on me and Justin. And obviously
Yeah.
me and Justin.
Also keep in mind, everybody, that even when David and I were away from the game, we still kept in touch with people that were playing the game.
Oh yeah,
So even during times where we weren't necessarily playing the game, like right now for me, over the last 2 years, I've really only played in private matches.
yep,
We were still talking with people, so
yeah,
we still knew what was going on. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So just keep that in mind as we talk
If we
about
didn't
stuff.
go ghost with
Yeah,
everything, we still, yeah,
we never ghosted the game at any point from 2010 till
until
now.
now,
We've in
we've
some
kept in touch.
shape or form we've been a part of the game. Like
Yeah. In fact,
yeah,
during my time off, I'm pretty sure I played anonymously for ZX for a while, for like a private match or something. They called me
yeah,
in, so
and even if you weren't playing, you're in a
yeah,
group chat with them. You know what's
yeah,
happening. We
exactly.
know what's going on. So yeah,
Yeah.
um, yeah. So just keep that in mind because we're going to be talking about obviously every year. And if you say, oh well, you weren't playing that year, well, one of us was.
Yeah. And the other one had a general idea. So
Yeah.
yeah. But
Eh,
that's about
Yeah, and this is no ego thing either. There were some people that told us that we should do this podcast thing and stuff too. So
100%.
shout out to
And
those people.
yeah, and we are definitely, I feel like, probably two of the best players to do it just because of our like our involvement into the game over like the last decade.
Yeah, and we're unfiltered. We're going to
Oh
tell
yeah.
you
We
exactly
don't
how we
care if we
feel.
hurt feelings.
Yeah, I don't care about hurting any of y'all's feelings. So Just
And it'll be interesting because me and you had a beef for like 10 years, and then we're just, I don't know, I feel like it'll be good hearing it from both sides because we were on kind of opposite sides for a while. And
yeah,
hearing two different.
we were on really, 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 really opposite sides, and then we were on quotation marks opposite sides, and then, you know, I mean, we finally came around and we're on the same side for a little bit, but that was
Yeah.
mostly because of a personal vendetta of mine. But maybe we can get into that on another podcast. But that might be a
Oh
little
yeah.
too personal.
Oh
So
no, I'm looking forward to that podcast day
no, I
if that
don't. That
happens.
I might have to leave some of that stuff out.
Yeah,
Some of that's pretty personal.
that's fair.
But
Although there's new developments about that which I got to tell you about. But anyways, I think that basically concludes the first one. Unless you had anything else to say.
no, I'm good. I'm ready.
We'll probably run up.
Ready for this tournament.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for this. We'll probably update you guys. Maybe once a month we'll drop a new episode, or what are you thinking?
I mean, I'm pretty much available to do one whenever, like as long as it's like in the evening. So I don't really care.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll aim for like once a month, and maybe then we could just pick new captains and announce results in the same time.
yeah, that would work.
That'll be perfect. Okay, so unless there's any closing comments, I think we could wrap it up.
No, I'm good to go.
All right,
Peace out.
see you guys next month. That was pretty good. I like it. Even though I fucked up a bunch at the start.